faces the task of reviving the team during the most crucial stretch of the campaign. There is virtually no margin for error. Under Frank, Spurs slipped to an alarming position in the Premier League, collecting few victories and leaving the London club entangled in a relegation fight, just 5 points clear of 18th-placed West Ham United. The situation is tense, and Sunday's clash against Arsenal represents more than just a derby. It's a chance to prove that this squad still has life in it. To achieve that, Tottenham must rediscover their attacking creativity, something that has been sorely lacking all season. And they must do so without Eberechi Eze, a player who could have been wearing Spurs colors at N17 this year. Life without Eze. When Eze netted a hat-trick in November to hand Tottenham a crushing North London defeat, it felt like a painful reminder of what might have been. Spurs had reportedly been close to securing the England international, only for Arsenal to swoop in with a 67th-minute move. Eze had built his reputation at Crystal Palace as a dynamic, direct attacker capable of operating from the left or centrally, consistently driving into dangerous areas. However, despite Arsenal's lofty ambitions, he has not enjoyed a standout campaign at the Emirates. Across 36 appearances in all competitions, he has managed 5 goals and 6 assists, with that hat-trick accounting for a significant portion of his output. While Eze may yet end the season competing for the Premier League title, his individual impact has arguably been underwhelming. At Tottenham, especially with James Maddison and Dejan Kulusevski sidelined long-term, he might have been handed a central, talismanic role that suited his strengths more clearly. Arsenal invested heavily in the Three Lions star, but in hindsight, Spurs may not have missed out after all. The Spurs talent who could surpass Eze. Although Tottenham failed to land Eze, they secured Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig for 52 million last summer after earlier negotiations collapsed. Simons has endured a mixed campaign, struggling at times with consistency and confidence. Yet during the latter phase of Frank's tenure, he emerged as one of the brighter sparks in an otherwise struggling side. Under Tudor, Simons could finally flourish. The new manager prefers a 3-4-2-1 formation, and he may deploy it against Arsenal. With João Palhinha potentially dropping deeper into a makeshift defensive role due to Christian Romero's suspension, Simons could operate higher up the pitch, supporting Dominic Solanke from the left half space, with either Sousa or Jed Spence pushing forward on the overlap, hugging the touchline. Simons would be afforded more freedom to express his creativity. Despite making only 15 Premier League starts this season, he has already created 6 big chances and registered 4 assists, encouraging numbers given the team's struggles. Arsenal signed Eze expecting immediate influence, but that hasn't fully materialized. Simons, on the other hand, has endured one of Spurs' lowest points in recent memory and continued developing. Jamie O'Hara even suggested he could be better than Eze when he arrived, a claim that now appears less far-fetched. 1. Must wonder how Eze would have fared in Frank's disjointed and chaotic Tottenham setup, a side that lost structure and identity. At least Simons, only 22 years old, has begun to spread his wings in recent weeks. He remains a player in development, but it is not unreasonable to argue that he is currently enjoying a more promising season than Eze, regardless of whether the Arsenal man lifts the league trophy. Tottenham would relish nothing more than derailing Arsenal's ambitions this Sunday, and if Simons performs at his peak, that possibility becomes very real. Nathaniel Brown attracting Europe's elite. Meanwhile, Eintracht Frankfurt's Nathaniel Brown has quickly progressed from an emerging prospect to one of Europe's most coveted young defenders. The 22-year-old left-back has enjoyed a breakthrough Bundesliga campaign, blending defensive composure with meaningful attacking contributions. His performances have inevitably drawn attention from some of the continent's biggest clubs, and as the summer transfer window approaches, his name is increasingly circulating among Europe's elite. Frankfurt are reportedly preparing for official offers, according to sources within the agent's industry. Brown represents the modern fullback profile, He not only fulfills his defensive duties, but also contributes offensively, overlapping confidently down the left flank and delivering quality service into the box. Several top clubs are closely monitoring his situation. Manchester United, Arsenal, and Liverpool are believed to be assessing him as a potential long-term solution at left back. Across Europe, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Manchester City have also been linked, while Bayern Munich and Tottenham are keeping a watchful eye on developments. The strong interest from Premier League sides suggests England may present the most lucrative opportunity. Sources indicate that Manchester United and Arsenal could currently be leading the race for the highly rated defender, although Brown remains under contract until 2030, theoretically giving Frankfurt a strong negotiating position. The club may be open to offers in the region of $65 million, slightly below earlier valuations. With the summer window fast approaching, Brown's future could become one of the most compelling defensive transfer stories in European football. Riccardo Calafiori is set to come into the Arsenal starting 18s in place of Piero Hincapié when the Gunners face Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday. Arsenal will be determined to bounce back to winning form as they prepare for a high-stakes clash against their North London rivals on Sunday evening. Ahead of the encounter, Mikel Arteta has received encouraging news regarding player fitness. Martin Odegaard, who has been recovering from a knee issue, and Kai Havertz, sidelined with a hamstring problem, have both made significant progress in training. The pair could be available for selection this weekend. However, Mikel Merino remains unavailable as he continues his recovery from a foot injury, with no immediate return date in sight. Youngster Max Daumann is also still out, though. He is nearing a comeback following an ankle setback. Speaking during his pre-match press conference, Arteta provided an update on the condition of his squad, particularly Odegaard and Havertz. The Arsenal boss explained that a final decision would be made closer to kickoff, but there is a strong chance both players could feature. He also praised Bukayo Saka following the news of his contract extension, highlighting the club's pride in seeing one of their academy graduates commit his future. Arteta emphasized that squad selection will ultimately depend on the players' physical condition and how much workload they can handle. Regarding Saka's recent appearance, Arteta clarified that while the winger was fit enough to start the previous match, he was not able to complete it due to concerns over fatigue and the risk of aggravating an earlier injury. The manager stressed that decisions will continue to be made carefully based on player fitness levels. David Raya is expected to retain his place in goal, with Arsenal likely setting up in a 4-2-3-1 formation for the derby. The defensive line should consist of Jurrien Timber at right back, William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes in central defense, and Riccardo Calafiori operating on the left side, replacing Hincapié. In midfield, Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice are set to anchor the team in a double pivot. If declared fit, Havertz will slot into the attacking midfield role just behind the striker. Bukayo Saka is expected to feature on the right wing, while Leandro Trossard provides width on the left. Leading the attack for Arsenal will be Victor Gyökeres, who is poised to spearhead the front line as the Gunners look to secure a vital result against Tottenham.